Well, hello. We're the Taylors. I'm Gerald.
And I'm Linda.
And we are Real Educational Services. And we're here today to talk to you about our Certified Welding Inspector CWI program. So, this is us also back in 2010. I've been teaching the CWI program since 1979. And before coming, I had 15 years experience, 5 as welding, and 10 as teaching other people how to weld. And Linda came on, let her tell you about her.
I came to class in 1997. First course I took was in January, and I took all of Gerald's classes up till March. I took my CWI in 1997. Before that, I was a technical writer in the military as well as an instructor, and I've been teaching with Gerald ever since.
And both of us stay current by, instead of just renewing with money and time, we actually take the test all over again. We've at least taken the test 10 times, both the CWI and the senior CWI, and no, we never failed at one time. And we have 3 options of training that we want you to know that you have to choose from. You can come in person to one of our facilities for 2 full weeks, and we do the part A, B, and C those 2 weeks. And then number 2 option is totally online. You can stay at home, dress like you like to dress, and you got 90 days to work on all 3 of the parts, part A, B, and C. Or, and Linda finally came up with this idea, you can do online for 90 whole days, working on the parts A and C, and you can come do the part B in person the second week at one of our 28 classes that we have scheduled for 21. All 3 of these are successful approaches if you do the work. So let's go and start talking about option 1.
This is option 1, our 80-hour or 2-week course that involves a minimum 8 hours each day in the classroom. 2 hours of that, first thing in the morning, will be review from the previous night's homework. So you get a chance to ask any questions about things that weren't clear, get us to repeat things that we need to cover one more time with you. Now, the week 1 is fundamentals, and you also work in your code book at night, so that review is going to cover both of those. And then we also came up with an extra assignment because you're going to have a week or a weekend in between the 2 weeks. So we have an extra assignment for you to work a little bit more in your code and also get started on the part B before you come to the second week to do the part B preparation. And at the end of that 1 week of preparation, we'll have the test scheduled right there in the same location. Now, after the test, after the Part B exam, we're also going to provide free online access to questions that you can practice with for taking a computerized test like you'll be taking at Prometrics for fundamentals and code.
And that keeps you fresh with it, plus you are practicing like you'll be actually taking the other 2 tests. Option 2 now is the exact same course that you would be sitting in watching us, but it's online for 90 days. Linda and I present this course just like we were doing in the classroom. No computer talking to you about slides. I'm sure you've seen those. We have videos, we have questions, and we have practice exams. The biggest advantage, if you didn't quite understand it, you can cut it back it up, rewind it, and play it as many times as you want. And that's a super option right there.
So on that option 2, really, it's good to go through the course more than once in that 90-day period if you can possibly do that. Now, the last 30 days of that 90-day program online, we're going to send you some plastic samples that are prepared just like the ones we use in the classroom by the same company. And we're also going to send you a set of tools the same way so that you can practice at home if you want to do that before coming to take the test at one of our locations. Now, we also include detailed videos on how to use the tools in the online program. And really there won't be any additional cost to you. We're going to ship them to you. All that we ask is that you return them at the end of the 30 days or at the end of your 90-day period, and you pay the return shipping. That's it.
And that's a deal for 2021, because up to that point, we were charging people like $500 to rent those for 30 days. And so in 2021, we decided to let's just let everybody do that without having to pay the $500. So that's a plus when you're looking at pluses. And these are the replicas that we had built for the online. Comes in a box. It's about 16 inches square, or like a cube, packed with foam and everything, so that you can see how to put them back in and they stay protected. But we send you that box. We send you 181 questions on those samples, and that's like 7 times more questions than you're going to have on the real test on the practical sample part of it. Mm-hmm. So we're here to make sure that we help you pass that test. And you can do this right from your home with all that we send you first pop out of the bag.
And you can always email us or call us or text us if you have a question that you want to talk about. We're always there, available one way or another, email or by phone.
And this option 3 was actually Linda's idea, so let me let her talk to you about it.
This is a combination of option 1 and option 2, sort of. We have 90 days online, and we're going to put out the fundamentals and the code for you to look at there, to work through all the videos and all the questions. And we're also going to include an introduction to the Part B, because I know when you come to class, you need to already be a little bit familiar with the book. So we're going to have some questions for that, and we're also going to have some videos to kind of get you warmed up to it. Now, warm-up questions will be sent to you also, because these are the ones that we'll be going over first thing on Monday of the second week of class. So you'll be joining a class that's already been there a week. You'll come in at the 5-day mark, the last 5 days or 6 days, and start out with the Part B specification on Monday with us. So we also offer this free online access for the Parts A and C to these people too. It's just something that I want you to have before you go to Prometrics.
It's a win-win. And this is our facilities and how we arrange them. This shot over here is tables in Pascagoula, Mississippi location. They're bigger than the other 2 locations that we own. But what we're doing there is putting individuals in every other chair so that we got them spread out further. And of course, you see the one that here is in Ellijay. That's where we are doing this video. And they're in an L shape, comfortable chairs in each of the 3 facilities, so you're not sitting on a straight back chair. And got plenty of room, got plenty of lighting, as you can see in both. So it's real good facilities to do that. And so they're large, comfortable, and we can control the environment there on training days and test days. And also, it's open the middle weekend. Linda mentioned you could come in on Sunday. We open it on Saturday and Sunday for people that would like to leave their maybe cramped up motel room and come back and study and get ready for the next week. You can do that on the weekends. And this is our Part B replicas that we are now using for the practical test. You will get to use those if you come to the second week or the 2-week course. They are designed by us. They're more detailed than any we have seen. We purchased lots of them. We have those, and we know that for a fact. We have actually 13 pieces that each individual has this set plus the set of tools to work with. No passing samples around. You got everything you need, and you can put them on your table and arrange them how you want to for like 2.5 days. Mm-hmm.
Now, the Part B test, as I mentioned earlier, will follow that last week on Saturday. And yes, it's hosted by us, so we pay for AWS to come to our site to give our students a test. That means that we won't have a bunch of other people joining us during that time. It'll be just the people that you were in class with. That means there's going to be a maximum of 17 people in each group that could be testing, but they're all going to be part of the class that you attended.
Yeah. And that would only be in Texas, because that facility out there will let 50 people actually come to that class. The others, we don't have that many that we'll let come to the class right now. Now you might say, why Real and not some of these other people that have hopped up in the last few years? Well, one of the reasons, and Linda pointed out earlier and we mentioned, is that we stay current by taking those tests. Tests come, 3 years runs out, we go take the test. Now, we don't do it so that we can see the questions on the test and tell you what they are. We do it, one of the reasons we do it is to make sure that AWS's tests are on the subject matter that they publish and say study for. Yes. So we're checking them as well, and we want to make sure that we can still pass that test if we're going to take your money and tell you that we can help you. Another reason why Real is 41 years. Matter of fact, this is the 42nd year that this old head has been teaching this program. We've taught thousands of people over the years. And Linda is constantly improving the program. When we leave a class, we're always asking, what can we do to do something better? So it's a constant improvement. We've got a copy machine here at this facility it's about 25 feet long, and that thing stays busy printing new books for the next class, not the same as the last books. So we're actually here to help you guys succeed. And also we want you to know that we give you a free film interpretation class for scoring 92 or above average on those 3 tests that AWS gives you. And that's to reward you for the hard work, plus that provides 40 hours of training that you're going to need 80 at your 9-year mark for recertification. So that's, and also as a little land yelp, I'll step back and see in our 3 facilities that we own, we have on desks, tabletops, benches like this that you see here, cabinets like this, all type of welded replicas that have been tested. And in Pascagoula, we even have a mechanical test lab, and that class gets to tour that lab. So there's a lot of extra things that we can do for you when you come to one of our 3 facilities.
Now, just some things that we think you ought to think about, because there are a lot of new people out there, new companies out there offering CWI preparation. Really, I think you ought to think about how much experience they have teaching the CWI course. Gerald's been teaching this for 41 or 2 years, and I'm looking at about 22 years of teaching it. So I think we've been around enough that you could say we should know what we're doing by now. Now, we also think that you ought to find out, have they taken the recent tests or not? Because when I took the test 22 years ago, it's nothing like it is now. So I guess I have a little heartburn about somebody taking my money, saying they can prepare me for something that they took maybe 20, 30 years ago. So they don't have their finger on what's going on at that time. And yes, the way I got to Real Educational Services was by listening to people that I worked around. I heard more than once that Gerald Taylor teaches a class in Mississippi, and that was enough. Once I heard it twice, that was enough for me to check it out. And I think if you do that, you'll find the same thing. We'd come highly recommended.
Yeah. And that, don't forget, we've got that number 3 there. We have 3 options that you can do it with. And that could be important. That's, one of them's got to fit your needs, for sure. So here we are, Real Educational Services. You can email us at info@realeducational.com or call us on one of these numbers. If you're local in Mississippi, it's a 228-762-2890 number. or it's a 1-800-489-2890 number. We have 3 ladies there that are well versed in answering all your questions that you could ever possibly have about your application and which place that you might want to go hop in and do the training. So,
And they are very willing to help you. I know some people you call, you don't feel like you're really getting anybody who wants to take care of you, but our ladies do that.
and they care. So we care too, and we hope to see you soon in one of these 3 programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you.